everyone, so today I'm going to do something a little bit different, and that is a book review. The book that I've chosen to do today should be quite well known, and it is Jurassic Park. Now, I'm pretty sure that the majority of you will have heard of this in some way or other, mainly through the film, and probably isn't a lot of you that know of it through the book. Now, the book and the film have a very similar plotline. They follow the same sort of linear pattern of the fact that InGen Corporation, which is a genetic engineering company, decided to create a theme park slash a zoo which is filled with dinosaurs. And in both instances, the zoo goes horribly wrong, and the dinosaurs are found out to be less controllable than previously thought. I think that for me, the book is slightly more entertaining than the film, mainly because I'm an avid reader and I've always preferred books to films. But the book, even though it's the same name and the film is based off it, there is so much that is completely different. When I first read this book, I actually exclaimed out loud, "Oh my god, they should make this into a film!" And then realised they had, and I'd seen the film many times before I'd even read the book. The book was written in 1991 by the author Michael Crichton, and it is full of science. Like, the majority of the book has got some sort of science-ness to it. You'll occasionally get to pages that are just like this. That particular code is the one where they show how the codes are broken down and they need to find different DNAs from modern day animals to replicate the code and to carry on with the sequencing to be able to create a dinosaur that works. Now, for me, the book represents a lot more than just a story. It seems to me that it's meant to be representing the fact that you can't control things that you think you can. Throughout the entire book, the mathematician Ian Malcolm goes on to explain his ideas behind chaos theory. Ian Malcolm goes on to explain about his ideas behind non-linearity and fractal systems. Fractal systems is a geometry-based science mathematics thing and it says that whatever the outward appearance is as you go down through the scales, it stays the same. The example given in the book is a big mountain seen from very far away has a certain rugged mountain shape. If you get closer and examine a small peak of the big mountain, it will have the same mountain shape. In fact, you can go all the way down the scale to a tiny speck of rock seen under a microscope. It will have the same basic fractal shape as the big mountain. And the idea behind it is that life is exactly the same from one day to next. Like, if you look at your life back, you'll see that it carries the same sort of pattern as potentially what one day for you is like. I just find that this book is a really compelling read, and that if you ever get the chance you should give it a go, as it has been acclaimed as one of the best of Michael Crichton's works. The credits on the back say, "The most frightening novel about dinosaurs since The Lost World, Crichton's most compulsive novel yet. Breathtaking adventure, a book that is hard to put down as it is to forget." It's a story that stays with you, and by the film that's true, but I feel like more people should take a chance on this book, because you'll be very surprised as to what actually happens throughout it, and it does make you stop and think, Christ, what would happen if something like this actually did happen, because it's done in a very realistic way. There's no sort of like over exaggeration to the storyline, there's no like over emphasis on anything. The characters are all very three-dimensional, and that's the scary thing about it. Like, there are people who think that this sort of thing is actually possible, but once you've read something like this, do you actually want it to be possible? I just really want more people to read this book, as it's one of my favourites, and I would just tell anyone to read it. I think it's that good that I even have a copy of it in French as well. If you want any more book recommendations from me, I will probably give them, but probably not in the form of a book review, because I'm pretty sure this is one of the most horrific book reviews in the history of book reviews. I'm not very good at explaining storyline or analysing it. I just don't want to give away too much of a plot whenever I do them. So hopefully this hasn't been too bad, and I shall see you all next week. Bye! That was a really bad book